Actually, my brother, he just
All right, everyone. It's 6:30, so we'll get started. Please take your seats. There's plenty of room to sit around. On that side, there's some tables and chairs too, and then there's more on my right as well. And don't be afraid to sit on the front too. I'm not going to ask any questions. There's not going to be any quizzes or anything like that. So we'll get started in just a couple of minutes. So For those that have not had a chance to take the name tags and the stickers, feel free to grab those. All right, and again, for those that have not had a chance to, that want to pitch, but have not had a chance to put your name in there, the QR code is up there. All right, so it's right about 6:32 now, so we'll get started. All right, so yeah, for those that are standing, yeah, feel free to grab some seats. There's some seating here and on the right side too. All right, so welcome everyone to Austin Startup Meetup. How are y'all doing? Yeah. That's a little, how are y'all doing? Better. I know y'all had a long day, so we'll try to keep it quick, short, and exciting as much as possible. And we have some cool things lined up today. And first of all, for all of you, a warm welcome. And I know you all have been, spending some time with the family, friends, dear ones over Thanksgiving. Had a lot of, food to digest. Hope you came here with all that digested. And it's also, in between the holiday season, so it's kind of like a little weird. We go to coffee shops and kind of, see all drinks and everything and peppermint flavors. And I'm pretty sure, you're probably already sick of peppermint now. But we'll try to go through a few things first before we jump into our main event with the pitches. And just to see who's in the crowd today, just a quick show of hands. Who's here for the first time? All right, quite a few new people. And I also see some familiar faces too. So for those that are coming back, welcome back, and maybe make some good connections and guide the new people here as well. With the network and connections that you have. And so, and who's here at the Capital Factory place for the first time? I know all the new people probably are, but all right, so there's a few people, first time here attending events at Capital Factory. So, let's see, we'll go to the general flow of the event. We'll do some networking, which we already been doing for the last half an hour. We'll go through some intro updates and then go on to the lightning pitches. We also have a raffle coming up for those that have product experience or work in product, or have someone that is working in product. If you want to win a free license for any JetBrains product that you can use for 1 year, $0 cost for you. We'll do a raffle, and we'll show a QR code in the middle of the event where you can sign up, and we'll pick a winner. And then we'll go to the networking and then wind down at 8:45. And before we wind down, please try to just take away any bottles or any cups or anything that you brought, so we can easily clean up the space and put your chairs back how they were. If you haven't moved them, that's great. All right. So for those that are new here and thirsty, there's some water there, and there's also some drinks there. And then we also have parking validation for the people that have parked in the garage in this building. It's going to be $8 or $9 for the whole length of the event that you're here, but you need to be out before 10 o'clock, otherwise the parking validation will not work. So if you have parked here in the garage, I have some parking validations here, so please do see me or Nabiha, my co-host, and we'll hand it over to you before you leave. All right, bathrooms. There's bathrooms over here and to my right and left, behind you there. And with that said, I'll do a quick couple of intros and I'll turn it over to my co-host. I'm Suman Poluri. I've been running this meetup for almost 80 years now, and it's been a wonderful experience looking at all the great talent in the community, talking to a lot of you and learning from you in the community, and just seeing the energy and the innovation coming out of the community. And it's been a humbling experience and also my honor to be part of this community. And like many meetups, we also try to do a variety of events. Mostly we focus on lightning pitches, because over the years what we've noticed is there's a lot of people that are coming here for the first time, and they may be working on a side project, or maybe they're working on an idea, or they may be already rolling in customers, and they just want to share the word with the group, with others in the community, and either want to get some suggestions, some advice, or maybe want to share what they're doing. And one thing we all know as startup founders is building startups is hard, building companies is hard, but the one thing that we can give to others is that first-hand experience that we gain over the course of building that company or startup. Because a lot of startups or a lot of companies, they have a very, common ways of building. I mean, there's obviously unique things for each company, but every founder goes through a very similar set of challenges, and the more we can help each other cut down on those challenges, cut down on the pitfalls that we may fall into while building those companies or while going through the journey, it helps everyone. And having that first-hand experience, learning from someone that's also building in Austin, also building in the same community as you are, will help you tremendously, and I think it's going to benefit everyone. So, and I'm here for learning as well. I mean, it's not that anyone here, any single person here is an expert at everything. Everyone here is learning, everyone here is sharing. So the one thing I encourage all of you is to share what you're doing, share what is working for you, and more importantly, share what's something that did not work for you, so the others in the community can learn from it and maybe take a different path, take a different approach, and ultimately we all want to see great companies come out of Austin, right? So it's a rising tide. I mean, everyone benefits from having a great community, great advice. So that's what we are here for. That's why we have this event. And for those that are new and kind of like still thinking about an idea, or even in the early stages, don't feel shy. We are just a friendly bunch of people here. We're not going to judge anyone. We're going to just help where we can, and we want to get people over that first hurdle. A lot of people have that initial hesitation of sharing what they want to do or what they're doing. So we want people to come out of that shell and just share what they're doing, even if it's a simple app or it's the greatest thing under the sun. I mean, it doesn't matter. We are all here to listen to other people and see what things are being built in the community. And yeah, I mean, I've also worked in the startups for quite a while. Had one B2B startup that was acquired, and now working on another startup. And so if there's anything about B2B, especially in the automotive space, or product-related things that I can help or advise, feel free to reach out to me. And that's my LinkedIn and QR code. And with that said, I want to invite Nabiha, my co-host.
Hello, everybody. Are you guys doing well? Is everybody doing good? Okay, good. Thank you for the yes. Okay, so I'm Nabiha. I am your co-host today. So my background is in UI UX design and front-end software development. I've also worked at several startups The first startup I worked at was acquired last year. I've worked at medtech SaaS startups that are now in their Series D. I've worked at companies out of Stanford. If you've heard of the Marriage Pact, come talk to me. I worked there. And I also was a founder myself, where I help women in Houston make friends. We had 400 customers in about 4 months because I'm a user experience person. So when I figure out what people want, I try my best to give it to them. And now I work as a product manager at Pedernales Electric Cooperative. They're a utilities company here in Hill Country area. And we serve about 500,000 customers. And then I also freelance on the side. My passion is freelancing. I do UI UX design and front-end software development. So if you have interest in anything I just talked about, hit me up, let's get coffee, let's go walk around Town Lake, and we'll chat. Also, moving on, we have all these slides on our newsletter. We have a list of everyone who's gonna pitch today on our newsletter. It's a website, really, which has a blog, I guess you could say, that contains all the information about local events, upcoming deadlines for accelerators, incubators, etc. So if you're interested in any information like that, you can find it here. If you want to find today's slides, you can find it here. You can scan that. So this space has been graciously given to us by Capital Factory, which is one of our sponsors, and we have a few other sponsors as well, so we're going to talk about those really fast. First up, we have Capital Factory. That is the building you're in right now, by the way. So Capital Factory is multiple stories here in this building, and they have a co-working space, they have events like this that are free to the public, and they also put on Austin Tech Week every single year, as well as many other amazing things. And so if you're interested in getting a membership here, you can go to the Capital Factory website. They also have a newsletter as well, and you can also host your own event here like this. You can just go to the website and apply for that. Next we have my company, Build Bonnet Web Studios, because Blue Bonnet, but Build Bonnet, because we build stuff, right? So this is my software design and development agency. If you are interested in getting a free consultation on what you're building right now, because I know a lot of y'all are building stuff right now, feel free to scan the QR code and we'll sit down and we'll chat about what you're building. We can sit down for 30 minutes and take a look at your website, take a look at your app, and I can give you feedback on it. I've given free consultations to people in this room, and I hope it was valuable to them. So yeah, feel free to scan the QR code. That's my website. You go to the form, you fill it out, and you say Austin Startup Meetup in the description, and we'll schedule a time within the next week, okay? Okay. Next up, we have Founder Dash.
So Founder Dash is building a set of tools to make building startups and essentially validating your ideas and going through the initial set of challenges and best practices guiding your journey in the startup world. So there's some cool things that's going to be coming out of Founder Dash for the holiday season that we're going to be launching. And keep an eye on founderdash.com, and we'll send out some newsletter and some additional launch-related items in the newsletter. So keep an eye on that, especially if you're trying to build your first MVP and things like that. You might be interested in looking at founderdash.com.
Okay, great. And our next sponsor is JetBrains. So this is the giveaway that someone briefly mentioned earlier. If you'd like to get a free personal subscription, 100% off actually, you can just scan the QR code, fill out the form, and we're going to do a raffle giveaway a little bit like halfway through our pitches today. And we'll come back to this QR code later. We're going to skip all these right here. There's a bunch of resources for startup founders to view. This is all on our blog post, on the slide deck on our blog post, so feel free to check it out there. And our next meetup is going to be January 5th. So we're usually the first Monday of every single month, 6 to 9 p.m., usually on the first floor, but sometimes on the 8th floor. So you can join our meetup there or just look up Austin Startup Meetup. Great SEO. Just look it up and you'll find us and you can attend our next event. Okay, so now for the exciting part. We're going to do pitches. 12 people have already signed up last I checked. So how this works is we're gonna go down the list in chronological order. If you signed up to pitch, you get 2 minutes up here. When those 2 minutes are up, myself or someone are gonna be in the back right there being like, wrap it up, okay? So if you see me doing that, that means finish your sentence and your story, that's what it is, right? And then after your 2 minutes, you get 3 audience questions. Sometimes the questions get a little out of control, so let's try to keep them just to 3, okay? And that way, everyone gets a chance to do a 2-minute pitch and get some questions from the audience. And the one thing I do ask about the questions, if possible, make them generally applicable. Like if someone's talking about like some nanotech, like don't ask them a very, very specific thing because you're also in nanotechnology. Like maybe ask them about their customer demographic or what's their TAM SAM SOM, or right, something like that. So yeah, that's my only request for questions. Does anybody have any questions about the format? Yes.
You want to dumb it down?
Not necessarily, but the thing is like after all the pitches end, we're gonna have more time for networking, so you can ask any specific questions you want to anyone who spoke. Anything else? Okay, cool. So without further delaying, we can go ahead and get started. First up, we have Kishan.
Hi everyone, my name is Kishan Siram. First, I'd like to show my appreciation to the founders of this meetup. And I've been coming to this meetup for the last 3-4 months, and what I'm sharing today has been inspired by listening to all of you all and me taking the bold step of having some creative idea that I have to put it into reality. So again, my name is Kishan Siram, and I am the founder of the Exceptional Outcome Framework, or the EO Framework. The EO Framework is a community-driven initiative where we build ready-to-build solutions for the top 100 technology vendors across 6 key areas, including AI, cloud, modern workspaces, cybersecurity, and DevOps. So what we do is we use AI and a community-driven process to create free solutions, basically templates, processes and automation scripts for both pre-sales and delivery. So if you're in the solutioning space, you will understand these terms. And it's the only framework that I know that aligns pre-sales and delivery into one seamless process. So why does this matter? The top 100 vendors that I met, top 100 technology vendors generated $1 trillion of revenues last year in 2024. And yet, enterprise customers are still reinventing the wheel when it comes to proposals and delivery. So the EO framework cuts solutioning time by 70% and the delivery time by 50%, allowing teams to move from the first customer interaction to deliverable outcomes dramatically faster. So if you're one of the 5 stakeholders that are going to benefit from this framework, if you're an enterprise client looking for a solution, if you're a solutions provider, if you're a technology provider or a consulting company, or an individual contributor who works in the technology vendor space, I would like to invite you to be part of this community. So we have built about 35 solutions so far across 11 vendors, and we're going to go towards 100. So any questions?
What is the thing on the website? What is your website about? What is your website about?
That tells us about the process, and then if you click on the solutions, it tells us all the solutions that are there to be downloaded for free and to be used. So it explains the process.
2 more questions? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, by the way, if you see your name is up next after the person who just presented, feel free to start walking up here. You don't have to wait for me to call your name, okay? William?
dive right into a little demo of our website. Right here you can see all the live deals near St. Petersburg, Florida, but I'm going to switch us over to Austin, Texas. Some of you guys might recognize some of these places, but these are all the happy hour deals and specials you'll find available right now. One I really like is Firehouse Lounge. Once you get into their page, you can see pictures of their food, drinks, some similar restaurants you might like, and where they're located on the map. Another feature of ours that we recently built out is a map. So it'll geolocate to wherever you're currently located, and you'll be able to see all the available specials. And I don't know where we are, but I guess maybe California. All right, yeah, let's look at Vegas. So yeah, so here you'll see all the deals that are available currently. Applebee's, iconic. Chubby's Pub, available from midnight to noon. And Ojos Locos, other classic. But yeah, that's kind of a general overview of what the platform is currently. Long term, we want to be more of a technology hub for all available restaurant loyalty platforms. Every day I'm finding out about something new that if I had just clicked opt in before I went to a restaurant, I would have earned an extra 2% airline miles or anything else like that. I think my time's up, so if you guys have any questions, feel free.
Are you just like a data aggregator, or do you also work with the restaurants?
Both. So we're able to pull all this information from the web, and we also do operate a freemium model for restaurants to be able to claim their pages, make them look nice, keep everything up to date, and eventually be a top listing on our platform once we have a big enough user base where we feel comfortable selling that ad space.
What were the different color coding markers on your map?
Oh, sure, yeah, let's go back to that. So the green check mark, currently live. The gray circle is inactive, but is a deal at that location. And the yellow one means it's starting soon. So in California, this will start, I guess, in 5 minutes. Brass tracks, $1 off well drinks, beer, wine, $2 off menu cocktails.
Okay. How would I know that if I'm like first time on the map?
We do have a legend. It's not very big, so that's great feedback. Any additional video? Oh. Yeah.
Do you actually have to be listed on Google Business to get listed on your map there? Or is there a way to custom upload restaurants?
So there is a way that users can upload restaurants, and restaurants can claim pages as well. Primarily sourced through GDP, but there is a way around that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Definitely, like, taking the Miha up on our offer if you guys are interested in that. She was very helpful to us, so definitely to shout her out as well.
All right, can you hear me? All right, so I'm Moben. I'm from Toronto. I actually just got here, and the idea that I'm working on, and it's going to be launched on South by Southwest, is a platform that helps people connect when they're going to events. So how many of you here had missed the experience just because your friends weren't coming, or you just new to the town, you didn't have anyone? Is there anyone that, yeah, thanks, thank you. So here it is. People actually go and find the experience they want. They would add to the pool of people who are actually going to the event, and they try to find companion for that specific event. And that's half of what it solved. FellowGo, it would actually help you to buy the tickets together next to each other, and split the cost. And here's the trick. So on Ticketmaster, there's a fact that resale tickets will be sold in pair. So if you're strangers and we just got matched and want to go to the ticket together, we have no way of actually trusting each other. So this way, we would actually, once we got matched with this gentleman, which is not here, but my friends are here, they would be able to actually tell us the amount of money that each person owes them, and then the other side, who's going to be the buyer, will actually buy the ticket, and once they got it, we'll actually send the money that they transferred to them after they were basically transferred the ticket to the first person. This is the main idea, and we're going to launch in South by Southwest because it's going to be huge in this town. And for monetization, thankfully Ticketmaster is giving us 5% if we actually sell the resale tickets, because they're not really easy to sell. And as you can see, resale tickets could only be sold in pair. And yeah, that would be it. So if you guys are interested in any way, let me know, and we can see if we can make this work. Thanks.
How do you get users?
For users, we're targeting like festivals, exactly South by Southwest. That's going to be the first network that we're going to actually launch on March 12th. And there we're going to have, like, other than the usual networking, we're just, it happens that people might have the issue of they're in a crowd and there are different events going concurrency. They wanted to go to another one, but let's say their friends ran into it, so they're just skipping it. So we have micro-influencers already talked to them now that we're in Austin, to actually go talk to the people having the issue of not going to the event they want, and then and the go, they would try to find the other people around that would actually be loving to go to that event and try to match them. That would be the networking model. Sorry?
How will you connect with them?
So that would be just on the go. So basically, we do have a booth and we do have marketing from micro influencers, but on the go, we have the contest created of basically trying to find people just together on the go. Yeah. Go ahead.
How does this app work for events where there's no assigned seat? Like a lot of concerts are like tiers, right? Like VA, VIP.
Exactly.
There's no assigned standing.
Yes, so half of what it solves is just basically you would have skipped the events if you didn't have anyone. So that part would be just free. You could just go and find a companion if you have like the solo outing phobia, which I don't think in this room many people have because our ecosystem people just show up. But there are people out there which we, based on the user persona, would have the issue of actually finding the companion. They have the solo outing phobia, which they feel like if they be somewhere alone, they feel like it's awkward. So they could just go and find their companion, and they could just not buy the ticket through us, and we wouldn't get the monetization here. The app would be totally free for those users initially when we have the user growth, but once we hit the user growth target, we would have the subscription platform for the people who want to get more events basically matched, and there would be basically unlimited events that they can get matched.
One last question.
Right here. Can you get into a little more detail about that ticket purchasing process? So say two people meet on the app, they like it, they're going to buy the app, or they're going to buy the ticket from Ticketmaster, right? Can you explain a bit more about what you said about how the payment works? They both pay together and one person pays, or how does that work?
Yeah, so basically the buyer, they're gonna agree on who's gonna be the buyer. The buyer will set up the Stripe account, which is completely like a third party. They would give their information, their basic account, their ID and everything. And once they would basically talk to each other, explaining who's basically which tickets they're gonna buy, and they would the buyer would send how much the share of the company would be. And then once
How is the send bit done? Do you mean I would just Venmo the other person?
a credit card, they will do through Stripe. So Stripe will basically handle transaction, but we will only release the fund to the buyer once the buyer actually had sent the ticket to the company and the company approved it. So we take the money, but once it's actually transaction done, we basically transfer the money. That's why there's no money. Yeah. That's it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, there's a lot of people standing. Your legs and bones are gonna start aching soon. So if you want, there's some seats up here. If you want, no pressure. Okay, next up we have Manuel.
Thank you. My voice is not doing great, so sorry about that. I'm going to try my best. So, my name is Manuel. This is my third day here in Austin, and I'm going to start with a statement, and if you agree with what I'm about to say, just raise your hand. I think the most important thing we do as a society is what we build for the next generation. Do most people agree with that? All right. So, do you guys think we're doing a good job in what we're building for the next generation? The answer to that, yes, no? Okay, we're trying, I agree. I think we're completely failing in the way we're doing education in this country. And a lot of people think this is a tech thing, we're gonna use AI agents and AI this, AI that, but every single classroom in the world, it doesn't matter where it is, it looks the same, right? It's those old, ugly desks that we all used to draw things on, we used to put gum under them, it just has one position to sit in. What I'm trying to do with my company is make desks that work for every single type of learner. So I used to be that kid that even though I got really good grades, I used to get kicked out of classrooms every single time. Did that happen to anybody here? Can anybody here stay seated all day long? Is that even healthy for you? All right, so classroom environments, as much as we put tech, they all seem the same and we're not changing what they actually look like and feel like and what they physically do. So the first thing that we're doing at my company, Fluo, is changing the most taken for granted piece of furniture in schools, the desk. So anybody here would buy a school desk and take it to your house? No, right? That doesn't seem interesting. Well, the desk we're building, we're testing this out already in schools, and we're getting parents that are asking us to bring that desk into their own homes. The reason they're doing that is because we're building the desk that students want, not the desk that the administrators want, that the state is willing to pay, but a desk that actually works for the user and develops good habits. So one thing that we all know is that the habits that you develop as a kid, you're going to carry through your life. And school is not teaching good habits. When you sit for 8 to 10 hours a day, doing nothing but wandering in your head, thinking about not being in school, you're going to carry that mentality. If we want a country of self-starters, people that build stuff, you need to create that from a young age. So that's what we're doing with our desk. If you want to see what it looks like, talk to me after this event.
Are you trying to sell to government or individual users within schools?
So at the moment, we're starting working with private schools. We're in New York. I came to Austin because we're thinking actually of moving to Austin because we're looking into producing. We're starting with private schools, but we're getting a lot of interest from individual families. As you guys know, the only sector of the education space that's growing is the online education space. So, yes.
Can you say something about what this desk is? What makes it different from any other desk?
So what makes this desk differently first is the fact that the students are going to build it themselves. So when a kid would get into first grade, he would see a box. And in that box is a desk that he, with a screwdriver made for kids, is going to build. And that desk is made out of great, like it's beautiful. It's a desk made out of wood. They're going to build it themselves, and it allows the kid to work seated or standing. All right? Not only that, but it has his name or her name carved in the back of the desk. So that desk is not only a piece of furniture, but it's something that grows with them from first grade to sixth grade, becoming something that makes kids feel ownership and be excited to go to classrooms. We keep hearing kids complaining that they don't want to go to school, that they're not motivated, but we're not giving them anything worthwhile to go to school for. So that's what we're trying to change.
Can they modify it as they grow? Based on what you
The
said?
desk could be modified. It depends. When you go to sixth grade, we're building a second desk for secondary school. The harder thing is, as you know, in secondary schools, you change classrooms all the time. So it is harder to have a desk that has your name that grows with you. But we're already working with schools in New York to figure that out and figure out what would be the furniture for those students. Go for it.
Other than initial interest from certain schools, do you have any other validation signals that this is a problem?
Well, the validation signal is that in this country, we are diagnosing people with ADHD. I grew up in Venezuela until I was 14 years old. I clearly have ADHD. If you talk to me anytime, you'll figure it out. I don't need medication. I'm never going to take medication. And I think too many people are overprescribed. Some of my most creative friends were put on this medication when they were like 11 or 12 years old. And these kids, when they left school, they became carpenters, they became creatives. If you read about history's greatest minds, they were distracted. Leonardo da Vinci didn't finish most of his projects. So I think as a country, we're failing when we're putting a pill into kids and thinking that we can't change the environment. I think the first thing we should do is change the environment, make it more inclusive for all types of learning, and then, yeah, let's figure it out. So that to me is all I need to hear.
Thank you.
Amazing. Okay, that was Manuel. So next up we have Tyler Johnson. Oh, is that correct?
No, that's
Okay, cool. Awesome.
All right. Well, hello everybody. I'm Tyler Johnson. I was here last month, so I got a little bit of practice. Hopefully better. So how many here is outdoors people? Question. Great. Another thing is, good question, is how many of you know that 80% of people that get attacked by animals, that happens to be a surprise encounter? No? Now you do know. All right, so if you could reduce these attacks by 80%, would you do it? Yeah. Awesome. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. So, I'm a born and raised Alaskan. My whole life I spent in the wilderness with my father, hunting, hiking. I consider myself quite the outdoorsman. But it doesn't matter how experienced you are, it does not mean that you're safe. It just means that you passed the test of Mother Nature so far. And last year in August, I passed the hardest test there was. I was out hunting with my father, and I surprised a sow grizzly bear. She was about 15 yards away from me, and I got attacked and mauled. We had everything that we needed to survive that. I had bear spray, I had a firearm, I had my trauma kit, so I had to use that. And just surviving the whole thing with a few scars. Now, bear spray and firearms, they do work. But the issue with these preventers, they're not preventing the thing from happening from the first place. Right? They're reacting to a situation that has already escalated to the point of aggression. And we, as humans, when we run into these animals, there tends to be a loser. So my mission is to prevent these situations from happening with my device. My device is called Sound Barrier. It uses ultrasonic frequencies that you wear that alerts the animal of your presence, therefore preventing this from happening in the first place. If you want to know more about this whole thing, you can come to me afterwards. I've done testing and all that good stuff, and now I'm ready for your questions. Right here.
What's the form factor of the device? What's the cost? Where are you in the cycle of building this?
So right now, I'm at the part where I'm making a prototype. I have the quote. I need to find the money, get an angel investor to help me with this. That's the part that is the hardest for me right now because I have the people who want to test it, the people who want to use it. I have the platform to speak. I've been on many podcasts. I was interviewed by ABC 3 days ago for this device. I'm going to Wisconsin on a podcast. The guy has like 490,000 subscribers. We'll be talking about my bear attack and how I survived it and what I'm doing to prevent that from happening to you guys when you do decide to go out into the wild and coexist with these animals. I think it's our responsibility to let us know, or let the animals know that we're there. Because nature does not know you're going out there. You know you're out there, they don't. And that's what we're preventing.
So I've used the bell before, right? If you go to a territory or something, like what's why ultrasound and which animals does it work better?
So bear bells, first of all, it's a good tool. But you have to be in motion for that tool to work, right? And if it's going to annoy a bear, it sure as hell is going to annoy the shit out of you too. Right? You got the people that are wearing speakers, right? You got Taylor Swift playing, Tupac, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. Yeah, keep that in the car, okay? That was one of the things that was my biggest pet peeve hiking growing up in Alaska, is people with these speakers out there. It's a good idea, right? But you're going to the outdoors, enjoy the outdoors. So let's keep it quiet. And these ultrasonic frequencies, you can't hear and they can. And most animals can hear above what we can, above 20 kilohertz. And that's why I did a lot of studying on these bears, got super curious, started pointing fingers. Why? Why did you attack me? Like, ugh. I got really curious and see how I could prevent that from happening to other people. And with my experience, I came up with Sound Barrier.
You said you got testing. Can you describe those testing?
Yeah, so I got curious of ultrasonic, and I wanted to find a speaker that was able to produce that pet sound. And so I found those dog barking things, right? And they produce a certain frequency. They don't let you know what it is, like on an oscilloscope. Found out what frequency they use. I went up to Canada, drove all the way up there with my grandpa this year, ran into a few black bears, tested on those black bears, had really good reactions. They weren't aggressive, they were curious. And a little education for everybody. They don't want to see you. You are the deterrent. Okay? When you surprise an animal, they're going to react in their way to defend themselves and their cubs in their territory. Right? They're going to try to get away from you as best as they can, but when you surprise them, that's when that's going to happen. I've tested on a few animals in zoos, and those are probably the hardest animals to get any reaction from. And I've gotten very, very good reactions from them, picking up their head, smelling. I mean, these animals hear babies crying, planes, people screaming. Who else knows what they can hear that we can? Their reaction is, they see me, lick it, they turn around and walk away. One of them looked like I spanked him in the butt. Like, he turned around and goes, what was that? So, that was a pretty good reaction. But none of it was aggression. It was always curious. And when these animals are curious, well, you're not going to surprise them, right? So, I think that was three.
Yeah, that was three.
That was three, but we can talk later, guys.
Julian.
Check. Who likes $5,000? It's really tough. A lot of people don't like money here. All right, who wants to get a 120K starting job offer for an AI company? Not a lot, huh? Well, sucks because we're giving that out. So there's a hackathon going on this week at Antler that I'm putting together. We're collaborating with ATX, Antler, NVIDIA. We're kind of like just jumping in with them now. We just got it going today. We kind of finalized everything. So my friend's startup, Auto HDR, is looking for 2 junior devs because they just need them bad and they don't want to wait over the Christmas break. So I said I'd help them out. Let's start promoting this. So that's what we're doing. So if you want $5,000 and 120K starting salary, scan this QR code here. You know, I have it right here. And let's see. I also have a startup pitch comedy show that I'm doing on Thursday. It's called Your Startup Sucks. You guys should come out. We always need pitchers. Raise your hand if you've heard of Your Startup Sucks. Hey, yo. All right, that's a quarter of the room. All right, well, thank you guys. That's my time. Oh yeah, questions. Who got some questions?
Hackathon, what's the objective of the hackathon?
What was that?
This is a hackathon, what's the objective?
So they want you to build a new feature that they need in production like yesterday. So if you can build that feature and you're resourceful, I can tell you the feature. You got to figure it out. It's a hackathon. Be resourceful. You got to be on your feet. That's the whole point of it. To see
You
how.
sound like clients.
Huh?
You sound like clients.
I sound like your clients?
It was a joke. It was a bad brief.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. I do sound like your clients. You're right. Yes.
So it's like teams of 2. What happens if that team of 2 wins?
You split the 5K, but they are offering up to 2 of these full-time job offers. So you guys could work together. Oh, thank you, Troy. Thank you.
Does it have to be in person or?
Yes, it's in person. Yeah. And Auto HDR is they're not a port company, but they're based around the 5th floor. They're doing really well. They launched like less than a year ago, and they already got $8 million in ARR, and they're growing. And the team's so small; it's like 5-6 people, and they're the #1 real estate AI editing photography company in the U.S. right now. So yeah, they're killing it. So you guys should, if you guys want to work hard and have no life, you know, I'm just kidding. No, you get 1 day off. I think you do. So yeah. All right, hit me up. And Your Startup Sucks is this Thursday.
Okay, next up we have Francois. Did I say that correctly?
guys. How are you doing today?
Great.
So like 1 year ago, I've got a massive leak in my apartment in Paris. So that was a real bad situation. So it was really hard for me to find a plumber because I didn't know anyone in Paris. And so the thing is, we just found out that, I found out that it's really hard to get like reliable local services and to get like provider services quickly. And there is also like a lack of transparency of price. So for example, like you're gonna ended up, sorry, I'm a bit stressed.
You got it.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's really hard to get price transparency, and to see the availabilities of all the providers. On the provider side, it's really hard for them. For a few of them, it can be hard to get customers when they are new on the business. And so,
You're doing great.
So we came out with we came up with a platform. So there are a lot of platforms like NG, TaskRabbit, but the thing is they don't have features like radius-based local services, real-time availabilities, transparent profile. Also, what we wanted to do is like no call center, so you won't have any intermediate people between the customers and the providers, obviously. Price transparency, so for example, a lot of times like you won't be able to know the full price until like they're gonna give you like the invoice. So what we're gonna do is like based on some properties of the service, you're gonna have the full price directly, so you're gonna be able to book directly without any other fee. So we already have a MVP, and so we wanted to launch it during like maybe like between January and February. We already have 5 providers right now in few categories such as like catering, on-demand, or private tutor. So the goal is on January, February to test the market and see if there is like a market fit before trying to scale. Do you have any questions?
What kind of service is it, like electrical services, plumbing?
Yeah, so we want to extend to a lot of services, but right now we are doing handyman, pet sitting, also catering also, yeah. Yep.
How do you guys monetize this?
On commission, so for example, just like Uber, the customer will have to pay a commission. So right now we are thinking about 5%, and also maybe in the future we're also gonna get a commission. We're gonna get a cut on the provider.
So are they paying through your platform?
Yeah. So the thing is, yeah, the customer pay. He's gonna have a fee that will go to our platform, and then the provider will receive the rest of the money. Yep.
I just want to tell you, we just got back from Paris about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I'm going to use your platform.
Okay. No, so right now we wanted to, so it's gonna be launched in Austin, so maybe
soon.
maybe in France, like in 2 years, I don't know. Yep.
For electrical contractor, how can I find out more about your startup?
You can directly talk to me after that.
All right.
Okay. I'm from Czech Republic, and I'm also terrified to talk at the microphone. But so what I'm producing here is something that I'm working on for huge companies for 25 years, and I decided to bring this to small businesses by calling it a CMDB, and by basically loading your business into a model that shows the layout. This is just a sample. So you would have like a service, business services, computer systems, and what I use is SNMP trapping to discover devices on the network and put them in a CDB and create relationships with them. And you can do this either by discovery or manually enter this. You can also create the relationships yourselves over here. And at the end, you will run a report that shows how much money you burned this entire month and how much money you've made this entire month. So basically, based on knowing what is on your network, I can assume that there's certain cost associated with it, and I'll give you a report of what you've earned this month and how much money you made. So at the end of the year, you can submit this to tax report and get your money back on things that you've actually spent on your environment. So I've been working for Charles Schwab, Geico, HR Block, MasterCard. They're huge companies, and they're doing this on a very large scale. And I decided to bring this to small businesses because no small business has this, and at least I haven't seen anybody. So I have an iPhone app, and I have this website to do this. On the iPhone app, actually, I have a lot more stuff than this. But this is kind of my introduction point. So you can go to blackholesurfer.com/impact and register your account with a password and give it a shot. I'm actually looking, I'm going to change this to give a feedback, so I don't have one there right now. So when I hear feedback from people to know what they would like to see there, Any questions? Go ahead. Yeah. So
How do you handle the air gap devices that aren't necessarily on the network all the time?
So you have to add those manually, or put them in a JSON format and just upload it through a JSON file. So, yeah. Sir?
So you mentioned that you're targeting smaller companies, and you kind of almost said, like, why don't these companies do this already? And
Yes.
so I guess my question is, are you going to try to educate them, or do you think they have this need?
That's a good question. I have a son in college in the 4th year. I'm gonna leave that up to him to help me figure it out. Because I'm not a sales guy. I couldn't sell you a sandwich. I just solve things software-wise, but I don't know how to sell anything. So, good question. Thank you. Yeah. Any other questions? All right, sir.
I'm guessing you guys have like an API for this, so you can integrate with other platforms. Say I'm adding a machine or something like that to a different platform, and then sort of put it on.
Yeah, it's in Python. You just feed it into Python code and produces everything, goes into JSON format, and that's about it. So the point is, how do you get the data in easily, right? How do you walk into a business and detect everything they have? And most people don't know that. So you target the Wi-Fi hub and see what connects to the Wi-Fi hub and pick up from there, turn it into JSON code, and turn it into data in a database. So I use MySQL, PHP, and Python to do this right now. I didn't really see any need for anything else. So yeah, I don't have like an API yet. No, I may do that. Good question. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Y'all can start walking up here as soon as you see me. Ivan, come on up.
Hi everyone, my name is Ivan and I'm the founder of Lascalate. We help people give more than just another item that ends up gathering dust. Often the gift cards are the default way to make a gift. It works fine, but it misses the point of personal connection. So our platform allows you to gift and unforgettable experiences from soothing spa sessions weekend retreats to hard racing, skydiving, supercar driving, or even the fighter jets. Right. How it works is the following. The giver creates a gift bag, selecting up to 5 curated experiences, pays the price, only the price of the most expensive one, and sends this gift bag to the receiver. The receiver then selects a single experience, books it, and enjoys it. We think that these gifts fill the emotional gap between giver and receiver, drawing people from their virtual spaces into real world and experiences the cool stuff which is around us. The global experience gifting market is growing, and for both personal gifting and corporate gifting. There are of course competitors. The biggest are Tingly, Virgin Experiences, and Airbnb, but they differ. Some of them lets you gift a single experience, but then there is a problem. What happens if the receiver doesn't like it? Other Tingly gives you 10,000 of experiences, so that's another problem. The business model is simple. We take a cut from every experience. Thank you. And here is the QR code which you can scan and check our waiting list, which I will open while answering the questions. Yes?
What happens to the extra money if they don't select the most expensive experience?
It stays on receiver's account. So if they spend less than the balance, they can spend it later for another experience.
So no refund?
No.
Okay. How do you handle liability about scamming? Say if somebody offers false experiences, do you vet each one?
Yeah, so we check every experience before adding it to our website. So we make photos, we check it, we try it out by ourselves, and we ensure that this is a legit experience and network.
But it's a pretty manual process.
Yes, for now, yes.
Okay. There's plans to scale that, sorry.
Yes, of course.
Right.
Thank you. Yes.
So this idea sounds very appealing for both the receiver of the gift and your company, if you guys take initiative, understandably.
Yeah.
But how do you incentivize the seller to do this? Because they're basically taking a loss every single user that's going to be giving a gift.
The seller, you mean the vendor? The experience. So they pay a fee from 15 to 30%, and it's a free marketing for them because I put it on our website. I do the marketing for our website, and then people can choose any experience and see them as well.
Excuse me, you answered the question how about the vendor, but you're asking about
the about the person.
I want to use the service as a giver.
Okay.
And he's asking as a giver, what's my appeal? Why I should use it versus just giving them this experience directly?
Right, because you're paying for the most expensive one.
Yes.
You're always going to be at a loss.
So yes, you pay the most expensive one, but you will not lose anything. No one loses anything because the difference stays on the receiver's account. If I understood correctly.
Right. Yeah. So that's the case in net even, but ideally, as a gift giver, you probably just want to pay for what the receiver.
Yeah, I think if I got him right, it's like if I'm buying this for $100 for him, but he takes one for $90, he has $10 of his account for the future thing. And if you buy him a gift through this platform again, then he can add this $10 to buy something. No, that's a great question. Yeah.
Yeah, just like question around the incentive for people, the gift givers to use the platform.
Fees on the givers? Like they'd have to pay a fee if they...
Well, they'd have to have mental commitment to using it again after the first time. Yeah. I mean, as opposed to
Yeah, I think we can take,
sorry.
those 4 questions, detailed questions later. I think we got 3 questions, I guess. Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright, who's
How's it going, everybody? My name is Jacob Bruce. The main reason I'm here is actually not to promote my business. You know, it's very straightforward. The main reason I'm here, I actually just moved here from Massachusetts. I was in a community at college called E-Tower. It's basically like if Y Combinator made a frat, except a little less fratty. And so the real reason I'm here is to try to meet, you know, like-minded people. I'm 20, fellow founders that are also building, very ambitious. But I'll give a quick rundown on my business. So it's called Bruce Health. We're building a home healthcare acquisition agency. So we buy home healthcare agencies, we improve the operations, and then we sell it for more than we bought it for. Very simple, straightforward market arbitrage. And so the stage we're at, we built a world-class board of directors, CEOs, other C-suite, senior leaders with various operational, like leadership, you know, legal, accounting experience. So we have kind of all the bases covered. And so now we're currently seeking acquisition targets. So I'm doing high volume, cold outbound, primarily cold calling to potential acquisition targets, home health agency owners. And so that's where I'm at, trying to scale to the moon. And so talk to me if you're also ambitious. And yeah, that's it.
So where are you getting the capital to buy these?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it's kind of a unique model, but it's proven across multiple different industry roll-ups. So we're using a combination of commercial debt and seller financing. So what that means is we will raise the most of the capital from a bank, and then we'll also utilize a seller financing arrangement with the seller. So this is a little more tricky because we need to have some motivation from the owner because it's not the most favorable arrangement, but that means they're not getting all of the capital up front, but we can also offer them a higher valuation because we're paying them over time.
What inspired you to get involved in this? Do you have prior experience?
Yeah, so I saw my friend doing it, and he was very ambitious, and I was like, this is a very high leverage venture, and I was currently a franchisee of a mobile food mini donut food truck. It was performing very well, but I was building someone else's brand equity, and so I didn't like that, and so I just copied him, and so now I'm doing that.
So you're trying to target primarily like these home health facilities that are kind of, where the owners kind of want to exit already, they want to get out.
Correct.
How's that going? Like, you cold calling a lot?
Yeah, I just started a couple days ago, so it's going well. You know, love talking to these gatekeepers, people basically making minimum wage, answering the phones. They're very enthusiastic and friendly and fun to talk to and convince them to let me talk to their superior, but that's what I'm doing.
So, like, how big are we talking? Like, what's the annual revenue of your ICP?
Great question. So the initial buy box is 1 to 5 mil rev, about 250 to 750 EBITDA.
Hey guys, my name is Isai Mercado. I'm a founder of VFX. VFX is a mobile repair and maintenance platform, specifically for mobile mechanics to offer services online. There's two things that I try to solve with this company, and that's one is trust with the customer. How many of you have not trusted your mechanic before? Yeah, there you go. And then pay that the mechanics get, that the mechanics get in the industry itself. So right now, what I do is, believe it or not, I actually work for Caterpillar. And on the salary that mechanics are able to get in a year, they actually can't even afford to live in Austin, Texas. It's impossible. And I'm like the second highest paid person in my entire shop. And that's crazy to me. So what VFX does is it allows independent mechanics to build a reputation. So we have something called Fix IQ maintenance logs. So for example, think about what you drive right now, and then think about the mechanic that you're about to use. They're gonna take your VIN number, input it into our system, and what it's gonna do is create a file on that specific car. So every time that any other mechanic on Fix IQ or rather VFX works on your car, all of that data will be saved into your own personal file. So every time that anyone works on it, you'll be able to know exactly who it was, who did it, what time, and what job it was. So if there was ever an issue, you would know every single time. Now, what does that do for the mechanic? Well, it builds trust and transparency. We built it in a way that's sort of like a FICO score for mechanics. So that way, whenever it's graded, over time, they'll build that score. And then customers would essentially be able to pick who they wanted to based on that score, or word of mouth. The way we're making money on this is through a monthly subscription. And we don't use commission because, to be honest, mechanics don't get paid enough to begin with. So charging them a commission on every single job, anything higher than $300 is going to be absolutely ridiculous. It wouldn't be worth it for them. And customers actually don't pay anything, believe it or not. So that's a little glimpse of the company. So, any questions?
Couldn't the mechanic potentially get paid more if you cut out the middle person, which would be the shop, and the customer goes directly to the mechanic? Therefore, like, you know, the charge maybe less than what the shop is making, but the mechanic takes home more.
Outside the shop, what do you mean? Like, if say that again?
It sounds like this is a platform where I could log in and say I have an issue with my car.
Yeah.
I see Joe is a mechanic, and he has a pretty good high score from your website. I contact Joe, I tell him what's going on with my car. He sets up something, he comes to my house, so I go to somewhere where he shows in, and we cut out the shop that way. And therefore, that way maybe you could charge.
So, okay, yeah, I think I get what you're saying. Yeah. So they would make more money because they would essentially be getting 100% of the pay rather than the mechanic, or rather than the shop getting most of the overhead. So because shops charge labor, like let's say $160 an hour. How much do you think the mechanic gets of that? Almost nothing.
Right.
So the mechanic will get 100% of the pay.
So what about equipment or specialized equipment that normally comes with a shop, right? So these are individual people.
Yeah. Realistically, no one's actually hiring a mobile mechanic to pull out a motor. That's kind of ridiculous. I mean, there's some people that can do that. Most of them won't because it's too much liability. But that's just, I mean, I know that because I'm a mechanic, so it's just, but no one's actually, at least I don't think anyone's actually going to do that. Yes.
So I'm a car guy, so in my experience, like the good shops are booked out pretty far in advance, and they're not really struggling for customers, but really it's like maybe the shady spots and particulars of the neighborhood that are like the places that kind of are incentivized to kind of try to get more marketing and stuff out. So how do you incentivize the good shops to be on the platform?
So actually, well, you said how do we get the good shops on the platform? So we don't really do shops yet. So remember how I was talking about FixIQ earlier? So what I'm trying to do with shops is essentially have them integrate FixIQ into their service. Because there is no proprietary data for mobile mechanics to like look back on. All of that is usually within the shop or OEM data, original equipment manufacturer. So that's what I'm trying to do with the shops in order to sort of build that reputation and have that relationship between the original equipment manufacturer and the independent mobile mechanics. I hope that made sense.
How are you like combating the manufacturers putting more and more features behind like the subscription paywall or the disruptive service by the manufacturer?
Can you say that again? I can't hear you.
Like, how are you like combating the manufacturers putting more and more features behind like paywalls, like I don't know, even speed limits nowadays, and then requiring that to be serviced by the manufacturer's garage in order to like retain the warranty, retain features?
You can't. It's sort of like I mean, you can get sued for that kind of thing. I know Tesla was doing that for a while when people were working on their cars when they weren't supposed to. Essentially, just keeping all that stuff just for them. I mean, you can't really do anything about that. It's just the way it is.
Hello everyone, my name is Manny. I'm the founder of a company called Tally. It's a lightweight application tracking system. You all know that hiring process gets messy quickly, right? The moment a candidate applies for a job, the team deals with, sorting the resume, talking to the team, sending out emails, putting on calendar. They use 5 different tools to, move a candidate forward. So most of the hiring tools out there are better in organizing the chaos, but they don't solve the problem of moving the candidates forward. So that's where Tally comes in. Tally is a recruitment automation platform which can help you to automate the entire hiring process. Example, when a candidate applies to a job, they get scored automatically, and then Tally does the AI-based video interviews, and then grades them, and then it can auto-schedule the interview for them. So everything is done through a workflow, right? So what Tally does is it does everything on the background, so that the recruiter or a hiring manager don't have to log into the platform and move the candidate across. So Tally takes care of the repetitive process basically. So there's no more dealing with spreadsheet or emails or any of those stuff. So Tally is great. So for people, what it does is it helps people to move. It takes the highly repetitive process out, so that you could focus on making decision and talking to people instead of manually moving everything across. So Tally is a smarter way to run your hiring process. So that's all. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for any recruitment agencies or a small business or a tech startup who's looking to hire can use Tally as a hiring software to conduct your whole recruitment process. So I'm looking for user adoption, and anybody who wants to work, I can do a pilot with them. All right, thank you.
In my company, we use Manhattan.
Okay.
And can you connect outside systems to Tally? Let's say HackerRank or CoverRight, stuff like that?
Not right now. At this moment, definitely we could connect. So integrations are easy these days. You have a lot of API platform providers you connect, and you can pull those data. Yes.
So what about people that get hired? Would they also use your platform, like to make themselves known there, or?
People who are already hired, maybe they have the data points of how their interview. Say, example, somebody gets hired, 3 months you are in a probation period, and you don't deliver your skills what is required, and you can avoid bias and everything by going back to your system and looking at the data points. How did this person do a video interview? And then you could look at it, and as a hiring manager or another manager who came in can review it. So the data is still there, so they can use it even after somebody gets hired.
Okay. It's not really the question I had. My question was like, I have to fill out this stupid email with a table in it, type in my name, all this stuff in there. Would that make it easier for me?
Yes, it is easy. So we have a QR code. You can just scan with your phone and then just apply. First name, last name, and then drop a resume. That's it.
Is that app on the iPhone?
It's not in mobile. It's only web only.
Okay.
So now what we are doing is, as we right now, we are building the SMS-based text messaging, where recruiters can directly talk to the candidate message and then get them scheduled. So if anywhere there is a friction in the hiring process, they're trying to rule out those friction.
Would you like to make it into an app? Would you like to make it into an app?
Oh yes, definitely, 100%. We wanted to do it. So at this generation, like 17, 18, or the people who are applying for jobs these days, like 2021, they don't want to go into a laptop to apply everything. We're going to do all message-based, conversational-based ATS. It's going to be.
Your website says you're using AI. Can you talk a bit more about what your product, like how is AI being used?
So the AI used in multiple areas. One is the way that we process the resume against a job description. That's one use case we use it. The other one we use it is for, when a candidate does a video interview with a predefined question that a recruiter or a hiring manager said. Once we get the feedback, so these we use AI to analyze how good they are against the question they're asked as a tool to provide recommendation. We don't make a decision. it helps the hiring manager to make a decision and then move the candidate across. So there's always a human in the loop, though we have an AI. Those are two main use cases we use. All right, thank you everyone.
Hello everyone. Before you ask me any questions, let me ask you something. How many of you know copy trading? How many of you know copy trading? Famous Nancy Pelosi. If you would have invested in Nancy Pelosi starting beginning of 2025, how much return you would have expected now? Any guess?
More than the S&P, 2,000%.
Be realistic.
30 to 40.
30 to 40. So on autopilot, the famous Pelosi strategy has given around 40%. But using a new shadow trading logic, and we backtested Pelosi's strategy, our portfolio has given around 200% return. Using the same strategy, same disclosure, but different logic. Isn't that interesting? While people who were invested like in few months should have like negative returns. Hi, my name is Rohit Agarwal, and I am building Trado, a new shadow trading logic. That's where Trado lets you pick and customize from influencers, AI, politicians, and 30 enough data. They let you customize all of them into one portfolio and ask you to provide your guardrails while we execute the trades in your existing brokerage. I'm here to get some feedback and find people who can available for my beta testing platform. Thank you.
If it works, wouldn't it be better to keep it proprietary and just use it yourself?
Come again?
If it works, wouldn't it be better to just keep it proprietary and use it for yourself only?
Yes, but at the same time, you can open it to the public because all of those are like public trades. It's not about like me making money, it's like everyone making money.
I think the secret to Pelosi's strategy is trying to trade in. Does your app help you do this as well?
So the strategy that we backtested is from the public disclosures. 200% is much better than 40%.
And also, it's about 2600. He was accurate. It's about 2600%. You look at our entire career.
I'm just talking about this starting from 2025, year to date, not like whole 20 years back. Yes?
If they do end up banning, let's say, insider trading from Congress, like how does your business model adapt to that?
If
like Pelosi, advantage goes away with the new legislation, how would you adapt to that?
If Pelosi portfolios goes tomorrow, maybe new portfolio comes in. Our platform, it's not just like Pelosi, it will be like politicians, institutions, AI, and influencers. Yes? Okay. Oh, we can talk more.
Anthony?
Hey there, everybody. So I'm not actually a tech guy. I work at Central Texas Gun Works. We're the biggest gun store in Texas. We're located on Ben White. But there's a product I've really worked on for the past kind of 2 or 3 years. Right? So there's a bit of a story behind this. I was in Miami and I was dating a chick who does content creation, right? And we got talking about the finances of it. And she was explaining to me how that different platforms and the managers, this kind of stuff, are taking about 30 to 50% of their money. And it made me think that why aren't these people using Bitcoin, right? Like everyone, there's like the OnlyFans market is absolutely gargantuan. Everyone's making a lot of money. We've all seen the stories, but they're all using traditional finance, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, right? So I figured, why not make a platform where people could send Bitcoin, but also provide a custom message, right? So this is where it's very similar to like Venmo, where you can add a custom amount in dollars, and you can add a message, and you can then pay with the QR code, right? So that was quite a simple principle, and really it hasn't been very successful. Over the past 2 years, we have maybe 30 people who actively use it, and the majority of those are now AI people, right? So they're taking customer requests from their fans, and they're making AI videos, explicit content, and they're sending it back to them, and they're obviously using this as a way to transfer the money between the customer and obviously the AI creator. But recently, I've decided to expand this so that we can now work as a payment processor. So we've all used things like Stripe and stuff like that, and the beauty of Stripe is that Stripe made integrating your payment processor into your application much, much simpler and easier. They did a very developer-focused platform, and they made it very easy, especially compared to PayPal and stuff like this, if you think back in the day. And I've taken the exact same approach. So the infrastructure that we have, which is deployed over here and in Europe, it allows us to accept Bitcoin transactions, and then we provide this really simple embedded JavaScript here, where you can just simply include the script code and then include the amount of price that you want to charge for the customer. So even if you're running an SP application, you don't have any backend whatsoever, it's purely a static JS and the HTML website, you can now accept Bitcoin with just 2 lines of code, right? So to give you a quick example of that, as simple as this, where you include the script code, you get the button embedded into your page, and then when your customer's ready to check out, they just click the button and they fill out the form, and then they'll be presented the QR code, and they can just pay. And there's webhook integration, there's emails, all the other kind of infrastructure you'd expect around a payment gateway. And this is my solution on how to accept cryptocurrency in prod. So what I'm here today is I'm asking if anyone has an application where you're interested in using Bitcoin or accepting other forms of payment. I'm interested to get I'm looking for about 10 to 15 people to do a kind of demonstration of this payment processing embedded for the first quarter of 2026. So if anyone's interested in that, please reach out to me at the end of this. Any questions?
Why did you start with Bitcoin and not Bitcoin?
What, sorry?
Why did you start with Bitcoin and not
That's mainly philosophical. I'm a bit of a Bitcoin purist. I think that Bitcoin is the purest of all Bitcoin, and I think that everything else is kind of garbage. I also like the fact that it's been around since 2009, so it's very, very stable. And it's just widely adopted. You can ask anyone, and the first cryptocurrency they'll think of is Bitcoin. They're not thinking of Litecoin or all the other kind of crowded options that are available. Hello, mate.
So as far as monetization, Stripe charges about like 2% or something like that for every transaction, or you do something similar?
Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah. So the way it works is that every transaction ends up coming to my server, and then we only charge when we put it out. When we issue payouts. So we don't pay you out in USD. You're going to get paid in Bitcoin, or the customer's going to pay me in Bitcoin, you're going to get paid in Bitcoin, and we take 1% of that. Hello? Yeah, so a really good question. So there's 2 kind of systems that I've got for security, right? The first one is how can you trust me, right? Which is obviously how would you no longer do an exit scam on you. So every 24 hours you put a default, let me just bring up the UI quickly. There is the application looks like this, where actually logged in. You notice in the top corner there, the timer, it says next payout. Every 24 hours, all of the currency that we've confirmed, has more than 6 confirmations in the blockchain, will then get deposited to your account. So even if I were to get hacked, or if I were to just say, I'm just going to exit scam and steal everyone's money, you're only exposed 24 hours. You're not going to lose your whole entire week or like a huge bank balance for that. That was only 2, I think. Did I say it's more back there, Zeno?
Are you PCI compliant because you're doing all payment processing?
No, I don't. I do all myself, and I don't adhere to any compliance whatsoever.
Who is next?
How we doing, guys?
Good.
How we doing?
Good.
Awesome. Right on. I want you guys to imagine something with me. All right. You are Jay Vanderhoek. You're a 3rd-generation dairy farmer in the Central Valley of California. Your family has been farming this land for the last 100 years. You have 2,600 dairy cows. You get up at 4 a.m. every single day to go milk these cows and turn around $200 after expenses per cow every year. You're making about 1 to 3% profit margins. California comes to you and says, hey, your cows and all the cows around you in the valley are emitting more emissions than every single car in California combined. You can either put an anaerobic digester, basically a tarp over your manure lagoon, to turn that into money, which has a payback of 15 years, or go out of business and shut down. Well, Jay Vanderhoek is one of 35 dairy farmers that signed our LOI and is signed up for a pilot for his farm because we presented option number 3. My name is Griffin Cherry. I'm founder and CEO of Planet Tech. We built the world's first wearable methane capture device for dairy cows. We literally turn cow burps into jet fuel. We capture the gas as they burp out. When the cows come to get milk, that's when we extract it. We purify it to a pipeline quality natural gas that the farmer can sell for up to $1,000 in new revenue every single year per cow. We also have a full health sensor suite on the dairy cow that saves the farmer $200 to $400 in extra health savings. So we make the farmer money, we save the farmer money, and as a side effect, we save our planet. Cow burps are 14% of global emissions, 14% from one single point source. We are raising our pre-seed. We're raising $3 million on SAFE, 15 mil cap, 20% discount. If you or you know someone who can write checks in the ag, energy, climate space, or just wants to help save our planet, please talk to me. Love to answer some questions. Yes, sir.
As the farmer, how can I afford this when I'm making such little money?
Yes, sir. So imagine you're going to go buy a tractor, probably going to get some sort of ag loan, ag lending, some sort of grant or incentive to pay for that. We qualify for all of those.
Okay, nice.
Once we transition from our direct sales model, we go to an industry as a service model, offer the entire thing to the farmer at no cost to them, revenue share 70-30. Internally, our profit margins skyrocket, but we actually are able to help out a lot more farmers that way. Yes?
2 questions. What about the other side of the cow?
Yeah.
Do that as well?
No, we don't. So only 95% of emissions come from burps. Only 5% come from the back end. We're not capturing the farts, just the burps.
If you're capturing the burp, how does the cow breathe?
Yeah, so I call it like a reverse CPAP machine, but it moves out of the way when they go eat and drink. So they can eat, they can drink, and there's no negative effects on the cow. Yes?
What's the maintenance on this, right? As any other piece of farm equipment, and cows and all on it, so
Great question. So we estimate around $30 to $70 in OPEX per cow per year. That'll be maintenance, repairs, but top of mind for us is building it super, super rugged. This is on a farm environment, has to be super, super rugged. So yeah. Oh, good, sweet, awesome. Thank you guys so much.
All right, next up we have Nathaniel.
Hey Austin, how we doing? Good. All right, I'd like y'all to picture a compact cord-like device with an outlet on one end and a plug on the other. Inside, it houses a powerful battery technology capable of running large appliances plugged into it. Separate from this is a hub with outlets that can charge one or multiple of these compact devices using energy from the sun. This system lets you power devices like TVs, refrigerators, and lighting, even if they're thousands of feet apart from each other, all without relying on the main electricity grid. You stay powered during outages, you cut energy costs, and you shrink your carbon footprint, all with a solution designed around your lifestyle. Traditional power systems leave you without control when the grid is unstable, and traditional solar systems can cost tens of thousands of dollars. With no options for renters or high-rises, they're rigid one-size-fits-all setups with no real scalability. This solution is flexible, renter-friendly, and works anywhere, giving you sustainable power without the heavy costs or limitations of traditional options. It's the feeling of being in complete control of your energy, your costs, and your impact, finally having a solution that puts you first. Let's empower people's homes and meet them where they can meet us, bringing control, savings, and sustainability for everyone, including renters. help me build an MVP based on my patent pending idea, and be a part of creating the future of home energy and business.
How do you handle risk from fire or thermal regulation? This is more of a hardware question, but the liability involved in that, I imagine, is kind of crazy.
Right now, this idea is patent pending, and I'm looking for investors to build this MVP product, so the minimum viable product, and that would go into that.
So that's baked into the actual like regulation of.
Right, so that would be invested into.
Gotcha.
All right, we don't have any other questions. All right, thank you.
Oh, hello. All right, what's good, nerds? No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God, it's another perspective up here. Look at all you guys' beautiful faces. Oh my God. Okay, show of hands. How many people are on an online dating platform? Crickets? Oh my God. Come on, more of you guys are on there, right? Okay. Well, I've been on several of them, and online dating platforms, they're really bad, especially for guys. Any guessers why that's the case? Any takers? Yeah.
Hypergamy.
Oh, yeah. What about like profile photos?
Yeah.
It's hard, right? As a guy, like picking out the angle of choice, more so for a guy than for like women. So what did I end up doing? So I had a few friends that are on these dating platforms, and they've been struggling time after time to get matches, and they're not that bad of looking like a guy, I would say. Like maybe they're like 5 or 6 on the scale. You guys all know about clavicular that's been going on, and his like face smashing to like looks maxing. Right? Looks maxing. Okay. Well, this app hopefully is able to blow up your profile. And how does it do that? So the app's called Rizzle. Basically, the pain points are picking out great photos and then writing up a bio for yourself based off your photos. So let's say I don't know, maybe I'm a heterosexual male and I have a few photos and I want to like figure out which one I want to use on a dating platform. Well, this app is pretty much agnostic from the dating platform itself. So it doesn't really like, you can select what platform you want to target, and it'll try to curate based off like the platform of choice, based off also a few filters that you select. They're just like very, very few. Like for instance, what are you looking for? Are you looking for someone that's adventurous? Are you looking for someone that's an otaku? Or are you looking for someone that is, I don't know, in the creative space? You go ahead and fill those out, and then what it does is takes those photos, extracts like meta-analysis data from it, and then generates a profile for you. And it also ranks your photos based off what it what the AI determines of like what are you looking for and what your interests are and what your photos depict about you. So yeah, go on, download Rizzle, try it out for yourself. And what I'm looking for is feedback essentially right now. Features to build out and like things to like add in and help to scale it. Yeah. Okay. Questions. Who was first? I think you were first. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I would use this if it actually works. Like if you upload your whole profile to ChatGPT, even if you give it a bunch of customization, everything you said, what you're looking for, who you are, it's not good at picking out photos. It's like very dumb at this. It's like kind of if you ask it to write a flirtatious text, it sucks so bad at that. So is this just a GPT wrapper, or do you actually have a way that's more efficacious at determining attractivity?
Yeah. So it is a GPT wrapper at the end of the day. However, it utilizes like a couple models to like combine together to be able to give you a more accurate analysis. So we're pulling metrics from, at least this app pulls metrics from other third parties as well to kind of determine like what are those metrics that we should like score for and what should we like, okay, what are these ratings? And then based off like Google Vision's API and ChatGPT. I mean, the ChatGPT part is really only for like generating your bio, but not necessarily like for your photo ranking. Yeah. There was a hand here, but they retracted, so.
My question was just going to be like, why not use ChatGPT? Or you kind of answered those.
Yeah, so ChatGPT alone won't give you the results that you're looking for. Like at least to stand down in the ever so sea of men, I would say.
There's one here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you considered how your platform can help the models grow? Because it sounds like perhaps your user can give feedback on what the outcome is of the model, and you could then sell that data back.
Yeah, so I'm really bad at marketing, which is why I'm also here to like try to get ideas about like how to spread awareness about the app to get more users. So that's like one angle. But yeah, definitely like if I get the user base to like give reviews and feedback. So far there's only been like one review on the iOS app. And they say like, oh, this is Goon maxing like to the max. But I mean, he gave me a 5 stars, so I'm not complaining. But that's not very valuable feedback. So yeah. What was that too? Okay, one more.
Have you used this, and how has it affected your dating?
Yeah, so I've used it personally for the photos. I've had really bad experience just like for the beginning. I've gotten a couple like likes and stuff off of this, and like a little bit more, but not like a plethora of women. It's very hard out here if you don't have like a premium account, let's say. Yeah, wait, okay, 4, right? But go for it, go.
You definitely cook on TikTok. I'm sure there's like lots of this exact thing, but still, like if you just follow the trends, like I don't know, like cut from like a class clip to this, like I feel like that would cook.
Okay, yeah. Tell me more about that after. Yeah. Yeah,
it's just very straightforward.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, and it's on iOS and Android. Okay, so check it out. It's called Rizzle.
Okay, Robert.
Hey everybody. I'm Bob. I'm from Earth. Anybody else from Earth? Alright, where are the rest of you guys from? Anyway, I like to do mushrooms. And it's my company here, Mushorium. We make stuff. Makes you feel good. Yeah. There's more. So, if you're like me, the first time you had mushrooms was your friend in college was like, hey, let's go do mushrooms in the woods. So I realized we needed more professionalism. So I got a whole team of professionals together. Now we offer the good stuff. And if you are ready to get well, you just gotta click this button right here. And you'll get a diagnostic that'll tell you exactly what kind of mushroom is going to help you get well. Then you can get a subscription. We'll send it to your house. Then you have a Zoom call with a professional. Yeah. It's a good time. And we have a 97% success rate. And so far we've dosed 2,000 people with these wonderful mushrooms here in our navigation sessions, preparing and integrating your experience. And there's all different kinds, like chocolate, soda, juice, put in your coffee, your cocktail, your mouth, whatever you want. You could even vape it. Wow. This is me. I used to be addicted, but now, look at that, all shiny. It's been 500 days now, sobriety, and I'm really grateful to be here. Anybody want a sample? Yeah? All right. We'll chat after. Question?
What type of mushrooms are you actually selling?
So we got 13 different kinds of mushrooms. There's a list right up here. And this one here particularly is the Amanita muscaria, the fly agaric mushroom. We also work with a non-detectable version of that fancy one that everyone's talking about. And I discovered a new magical mushroom that we are currently pursuing a scientific name for. So I am a priest. This is a sacrament, and your house is a temple, as long as you affirm to the government that's true. One more question. Okay, so the they came right down, and they were like, oh man, I'm not high anymore. But they don't remember what it was like when we were trying to take care of them for 3 hours. So that's 3%. All right, I can answer questions afterwards and give doses to half.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Bob. So next up, we have a little bit of time for anybody who is hiring or looking for work. So if you are someone who is looking for a job, which, is anybody here looking for a job? I'm sure there's a few in here. So yes, come on up one by one. Just feel free to hand it to the next person who starts walking up, and just do like a quick, pitch about what you're looking for, what you need, and yeah, sounds good. So come on up.
Hello, everybody. My name's Perry. My coding journey actually started in June. I used to be a middle school music teacher. Wanted a better, deserved better. So I discovered UX, and after Googling, what do you do after teaching for the 50th time on a school bus? And I found UX design, kind of worked backwards. So I did a full stack boot camp for 4 months. That went well. I've narrowed down the tech stack that I want to use. I am focusing on full stack and some DevOps. I've been studying AWS services. I've used some of them. I'm currently building an AWS inventory tool with Python and Django. And I'm building an old EJS project that's kind of like all Trails, but it's Trail Tales. And rebuilding that with the Next.js framework. So I'm open to entry, junior level positions. If you just want to give a newbie some pointers, some feedback, or if there are any internships or volunteer work, I'm really open to anything. Tech is way different from music education. The whole concept of like, this is free, just copy it. That's not a thing. That's a musician, so yeah.
Hello, is anybody else here a Florida State University Seminole? Okay, just me. Well, there are a lot of Seminoles here in Austin, but I have a bachelor's degree in economics and with a minor in commercial entrepreneurship, so this is part of my passion. This really is my passion, so while I'm working on developing my business idea, I'm also underemployed, so if anyone has any job opportunities, entry level, that would be great. Startups or anything providing support to businesses, that'd be great.
No, everybody else has a job? Seriously? Oh, come on up.
Hi guys, my name is Maggie. I just graduated from college in May with a bachelor's in graphic design, and I moved here in June and have been looking for a job since then. In the meantime, I've done a little bit of graphic design freelancing, and I'm working on an app right now too, which I'll pitch next month. So if anyone knows of any graphic design jobs, that would be great. There's not really any specific kind of graphic design, I guess. Right now, I'm open to anything. And if anyone wants to see my portfolio or resume, let me know.
I'm currently hiring for a chief regulation officer. So if you know anyone that has any experience at like EPA, as we know, there's a lot of people that have been laid off in the government recently. So if you know anyone that's like, hey, I'm looking for something new, I want to help build something super crazy. We're looking for someone that has EPA or USDA or even California Air Resource Board CARB experience. Anybody in the regulatory space that can champion our strategy for getting our regulatory pathways established. Anybody in your network, please talk to me afterward. We'd love to pick your brain. Thank you so much. What's up, guys? We're looking for a React dev. So if you have experience in UI, AWS, building a React, my name's Henry. I'm the CEO of my two co-founders there of Araventori. And we have an overseas dev team. And so we're looking for someone to do some short-term, high-quality work. And hopefully we find someone longer term as well. So yeah, just come speak to me at the end if you guys are interested. It's paid, and we're looking for someone long term as well. So if you have a bit of time, you think you're interested long term, just let us know. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dakota. I know a few people in here. I'm an AI developer. I've been doing this for about 2 years now. Taught myself how to code a little over 4 years ago. I currently work with a few startups in town, so I'm not in like desperate need of work or anything like that, but I'm actively looking for other startups and projects and apps to be working on at all times. I'm hopping on projects constantly, giving free work here and there. Just putting my name out there if you're looking for a dev, especially in AI, machine learning, stuff like that. Give me a shout.
Hi, my name is Tristan Slovinsky. I'm a principal engineer at the Thousand Brains project, thousandbrains.org. We are working on reverse engineering the human neocortex and how it works. A bunch of researchers do that. I'm doing software engineering, and we are hiring a staff software engineer, somebody with 7 to 10 years of experience where you build platforms, preferably in Python. And if you're interested in that, that's what we're building. Thanks.
Hey guys, I'm working on an app with my friend. She's not here now, but it's basically an app for college students that gives you really cool, unique ways to hang out with your friends through really cool weekly challenges and side quests. So we're currently looking for beta testers. We're still kind of polishing out the product. It's going to be changing within like the next month or two as well. So if you guys have like a friend group that like you want to try it out with, let us know how you think of it. Give us some feedback. That'd be great.
Okay, hey, besides Rizzle, I have another project that's in the wraps. Also in the same space of college, so I love that. Looking for a marketer / UI UX designer to kind of like join the team. Paid, perhaps, we can talk about it. But yeah, find me afterwards and we can talk.
Hey guys, my name's Deep. I'm a full-time real estate investor and broker, and I'm looking for operations manager to help run my investment firm. And I'm also working on a contractor marketplace, so looking for potential technical co-founder. I do not know technology that well. Potential technical co-founder or a development agency to help build it out.
Anybody else? Hiring, looking for work? Oh, yes.
Hi guys, my name is David Reiner. I recently moved here from Nevada. I'm a mechanical engineer. I just finished my master's with an emphasis in vibrations. Right now I'm looking for a mechanical engineering job, whether that be on hardware when it comes to devices, whether that be big infrastructure or whatsoever. My main focus is in research and development. That's where I would be best suited. But if you know anyone that's looking for engineers, specifically mechanical engineering, please let me know. Yeah, thank you guys.
Hello everyone, my name is Troy and I'm one of the co-founders of Tango. Francois was kind of nervous earlier and thank you for supporting him to go through the process, right? It's his first time publicly speaking in the United States, he's from France. So what we're looking for is providers, right? So right now we have 5 providers willing to work with us, and we're we want some beta testers. So if you know anyone who's in the service industry who wanted to make money and then help us kind of create the onboarding process, that would be really, really cool. So we're excited about this new product. It's not Einstein, but I think based on the conversations that we've had with a lot of people, right? I think there is a market in Austin and a lot of the local areas that we have. So please reach out to us. We need a lot of providers just to test, and then once we launch in January, February, we're going to focus on the customer side. Thank you.
Anybody else? Anyone else? Okay, well, I'll say it again. Hi, I'm Nabiha. I do UI UX design and front-end software development. Talk to me if you have anything that you need help on, or if you just want to sit down for a free consultation. Cool. I have a quick question before we wrap up the event with the giveaway. Does anybody have feedback for the event right now? Like quick shout-outs, feedback. If not, come talk to me after. I love feedback. I love user experience, so I'm always trying to improve the event. So yeah, yes, go ahead.
Within this last round, nobody introduced themselves. They didn't say how to contact you. No email, no phone number, no website, no way to contact you. So thank you, but I have no idea who you are.
Anonymous feedback form.
Yes, that's a good idea. Cool. Okay, anything else, just come talk to me after. So we're going to wrap up with a giveaway, which someone will do.
Alright, so I'll put the QR code up for another couple of minutes. Alright, so this is a giveaway for one free personal subscription for any JetBrains product. If you don't know what JetBrains is, it's a very popular product company that produces tools that a lot of software developers around the world use. Some of the things that you may have heard about were PyCharm, IntelliJ, IDEA. So if those names means something to you or your team or your friends or anyone in your professional circles that you want to maybe give this giveaway for or this code for, you're welcome to join this giveaway. And while you are scanning that, I just want to say one more thing, which is, I know you probably enjoyed some of the pitches. You may have some feedback to give for some of the pitches, and you may want to talk to some of those people after this event as well. So we will be publishing the links to the people that have talked about their products and services and pitched tonight on our blog at austinstartupmeetup.com. Tonight after the event, so the link will be live by tomorrow morning on the blog post for December 2025. So you can check that link and contact the people that you may want to reach out to. And also the event is getting live streamed on YouTube at Austin Tech Live. That's the channel from Capital Factory, so they maintain the channel, and anytime after this event, if you remember, there was a pitch by someone with green hair or blue shirt, you can go to that Austin Tech Live channel, look for our live streamed event, and find the person that you may want to talk to. And also, I think one other thing I want to say is, like, all those pitches that you heard about today, or from the founders that have pitched today, if you like any of those products or services or apps, if something caught your imagination, if you think that something could be helpful to you or your friends or family or professional network, spread the word, because at this stage, at the early stage that many founders that have pitched tonight are in, spreading the word is probably the best thing that you can do in helping them grow. Likewise, if you like those products and services, do sign up, try to use it, and provide some. And also, like, if you like that, spread the word again with your friends and family. But then If you don't like it, just don't go to Google and leave a review. You know, the founders are here. You can maybe exchange some contact information. Just go to them, give them some constructive feedback and in how they can improve their products and services and make their products better. And if you like them again, just start using that. Okay. And one last thing before we go to the giveaway is, before you leave this room, I think the Austin Startup Law states that you need to make at least one new connection. If you don't, not the person that you came with, not the person that is your co-founder, someone new. If you don't, then some founder somewhere in Austin is losing his first customer or the 10th customer. So be considerate, make a new connection, leave this room with a new discussion or conversation that you may not have had before you entered this room. Okay. All right. So with that said, I hope all of you probably put your there's some giveaway codes. All right. So let's do the giveaway. Let me refresh. And I don't know if I can. We'll see who the lucky winner is. Anna. Yeah. Is Anna here? Okay. I'll send the code to Anna. Oh, awesome. Congratulations. So we'll give you the code in email and you can share it with anyone. If you use any of those products, that's great. Yeah. Awesome. Congratulations. All right, so.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for coming. Next meetup, January 5th. First floor, hopefully, but January 5th. And thank you for coming. I'll see you guys later. Get home safe.
can do it on like a transaction. Basically, we handle all the technical handle the payout and we let the second process. I don't think I have a budget for that. I thought we might make $25,000. Most of it, like price, I think. We can set and we don't pay up front. So your budget, we pay out everything. We bill you every 2 weeks. It's called harvest. You can help me on LinkedIn or get my email. That's what I'm saying. If you're struggling, we're all in trouble. those pants. Everybody's safe. Now I want to look at the bullpen guy.
Specific subset of the hiring market you target, or is it just sector agnostic? No, we're raising right now, so that's what we need is we get funded. Kind of an open pattern, that's what we do. Built this rocket ship, we've seen the rocket fuel take off.
find people that invest in our space, energy, and climate. Hit me up, and I'll do the same for you, SaaS platform. Thanks for running.
We showed up here. You know the agenda. You mind it goes
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, I have a really quick request. So we have to exit the space right now. So if you could please find a chair next to you and push it in, it would make my life a lot easier. Switch chairs, pick up some trash, throw it away, or else I'm doing it all. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Anyone that needs a parking validation? Does anyone need parking validation?
Michael. You like
Last call, parking validation? All right.
Hey, thanks for coming. This is Thank you.
I wanted to like mention this area, like, oh, if you're looking for like an venture partner,
Maybe I can, what's funny is that I thought about getting into the gaming community, but I wanted to
No. Yeah, maybe if you come early, then